Hi, Simon here. Just a quick introduction to Podio, which we'll be using to project manage the Purley BID campaign. So if you go into Google and type in Podio, you probably don't need to do this if you've had an invite. So that's podio.com. We expect to invite all people, and so you'll get an email that'll take you straight there. But when you get there, the first thing you're welcomed to is this screen. And in the top left hand corner, this is where the workspace is. And we create several workspaces under a business. So we've got a business called Purley BID, and underneath we've got various different workspaces. So Podio uses this to separate different functions within a business. So it might separate the marketing team from the accounts team, and so they can get on with different projects within their own area and not involving other people. So for Purley BID, we have these four main stages while we go to ballot. We've got the feasibility study, which we've basically completed. Then we've got planning, local authority, which we're currently in these two stages, and then the campaign. For when we do go live and any quick wins we can do in the meantime, we've got these delivering stages for actually what we're going to do with clean and green and what we're doing with accessibility and parking. Now, you might not see all of these work areas, first of all. They all have different levels of authority, so we invite people in. So if you want to be invited into any of them, please give us a shout. But you'll generally be invited to as much as you really need without it getting too messy for you. There is one down here which is the team updates, which should be shared by everyone, and this is a place where we can have some conversations across the board, share files, mark down events, etc. Let's have just a quick look in there. So this is the team updates bit. And so as you can see, we've got these different things called apps. So under each one of these workspaces, the breakdown is done by apps. And in this case, we have README, vacations, meetings, contacts, etc. that we can share information on. So if we have a look at the README, I don't know if we've got anything in here at the moment. Oh, we've got a few bits here. So we've got various different README information, which is to do with our program plan and our submission form to the GLA. So lots of useful information will be stored in this bit. More importantly, now, if we go back to the workspace for the planning stage, which we're all working on at the moment, if we dip into there, you'll see at the top the apps that we've got, and the main one we really want to have a look at is projects. So everyone who's got access to or been invited to use the planning Purley BID section, if you click on the projects, we will now see a list of projects that we're working on, and these align to the visions. So we have create the perception and image vision, create the safer streets vision, for clean and green, etc. And then also as part of this phase, we've got a develop awareness bit. So that includes building this website, social media, printed media, ensure we've got the right contacts, etc. Each one of these sections here, so that these are all different projects within this work group. So let's have a look at the perception and image project. Actually, before we move on, this can be viewed in different ways. So we can switch the layout into, say, badges, cards, and these will then be split up, and you can filter it on who's the project lead on these bits, or who, what stage they're at, etc. So let's just go back to the table version of it. We'll have a look at perception and image. And at the moment, under perception and image, we've got a start date and end date. For the moment, I've just assigned myself as project manager. This will obviously change as people come on board onto the project. We can say what stage we're at. So at the moment, we're planning this project stage. Then a little description, any files we want to upload, documents that we can share. We give them tags so that whenever we are anywhere within the Purley BID, we can filter on things to do with, say, the vision or perception and image. Then underneath here, so this project at the moment has got two tasks. The first task is to create the priority list for the perception image, so identify what things we want to look at. And the second task is to create the plan for delivery. So once we've identified the parts of the vision, how we're going to break it down, which ones are going to cost more, which ones are going to take longer to do, which are the quick wins, etc. And these will all be put into our portfolio. Now it's something new. It's a little bit different from some other project management systems, and it just takes a little bit to get used to. It's once you get used to it, it is a really powerful, useful tool. And I guess the thing you need to get used to is going back to this top left-hand corner. We break it down. We've got the organisation, so it's Purley BID, and then we have different workspaces for selected groups of individuals. So anyone working on developing the bid at the moment will have access to planning the bid. Underneath this work group, you then have what they call apps in Podio world. Most of our ones will be just broken down into projects. So we look at the projects within this work group, and then that project will have a certain amount of tasks underneath it. And here are the tasks, and it'll tell you how we're progressing, etc. And once you update something, it'll let people know how it's going. Please go and have a play, see how it works out. It's a very, very useful and powerful tool, but it may appear a bit daunting if you don't know how to use it first of all. So just give us a shout if you have a problem. I hope that helps. It only scratches the very top of the surface of Podio, but please go and have a look. Cheers, all the best.